you guys get back that Jarlaxle is going to be at the theater for a few nights, because she said to ask for him by theater manager because he does his usual thing and is in disguise over there. So, and it is also in the dock ward, so not too far away from where you guys are. Give me a second, I'll find the name of it. And it is the Seven Masks Theater, yes, down in the dock ward. So,
The Seven Masts Theater?
yeah, Seven Masks Theater.
Oh, masks, okay. Okay. I'm gonna, set Sniffle out to guard. So we forgot to go over this last week too. He wouldn't have recognized me, not as the dwarf. So I would have, when we got back to the bar, I would have, warned him ahead of time, given him lots of treats, and then dropped the disguise so that it appears myself, so that he wasn't spooked. And then, probably did we? I guess there's got to be a spare room we can put him in. Maybe we just put him in the cellar. Not inside the alchemy room, but just in the cellar itself, maybe like that. Give him a cot in the corner, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
All right, then
Okay.
we can do that. Give him his treats. Set him. What his job is to keep an eye out for rodents and warn Wddh and Sancho or anyone else if he sees anything suspicious, and then we'll leave him there because I don't want to risk him getting hurt.
We did give him like a little leather jacket, right?
Yeah, I gave him a uniform, which was a jacket with a patch on the back to make him look really badass.
All right.
Good.
So Patch have like a cobra on it. He's part of the Cobra Kai now.
He's the ghost guy.
All right. So, well, I guess people wouldn't be too worried about it, but you might have some people that think it's odd that there's a little kobold around there. So I'm sure you told Sancho to keep an eye on everybody and make sure nobody tries to fuck with him, right?
Yeah, of course.
They might find it odd to see a kobold, even though he's obviously friendly. So, and then I would say, especially since you obviously told him that you were going to change back, but also he saw Akasha and Eldor looking the same and Ghost looking the same, so he probably was freaked out for a second, but I don't think he would have totally flipped or nothing. So yeah, he's going to keep an eye on the place for you guys. And so is he going to be out to where, is he going to try to stay quiet to where the customers don't see him, or is he going to be out like sweeping floors and shit too, like out in the mainstream?
He's help. He's part of the bar. Like, he's going to be visible, and if people have a problem with it, they can fuck right off.
Well, no, that's perfectly fine. Yeah,
You can just throw two thumbs to the patch on his jacket and say, "Hey,
I belong here more than you do."
So some other kid's gonna come in from out of town, like move from San Bernardino, and he's gonna like challenge him to a karate contest.
He's going to crane kick their faces off.
Yeah,
Maybe their knees.
that'll
He
be,
can't reach real high.
that'll be a side quest. Sniffles karate days.
But
Okay.
yeah, once we've got him
all
set
right, so-
and everything, then we'll head off to the theater unless anybody else has anything.
I don't think so.
Okay, and a map isn't really needed for this part, but one was provided, so I'll share it to you guys so you get kind of an idea. And it's one of the ones that was inside the mod, so it's not a very good one, but I will still send it your guys' way.
Okay.
And when you guys go in, because it was, you guys had finished up and you got back and rested and stuff, so I'm guessing, is it in the evening you guys are going, later on that same day, or did you
I think he say to come by in the evening.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
he'll be there for a few days, but he'll be there in the evenings, though. So
Yeah. Well, then same day that we got the stone out of the Xanathar Guild hideout place. Just basically get back, probably wash up Ghost, set Sniffle and everything, and then head over. So whatever time that would be, maybe late
Okay.
afternoon, early evening.
yeah, so there'd be people. The show is actually not going currently, but they are. When you guys walk in, you guys see the usher and stuff in there. But you also look around and see that there's a couple customers. Probably just looking around, but actors walking around and everything too. There's going to be a show later on tonight when you guys walk in. And so when you guys step in, the usher says, "Hi, the show doesn't start for a couple hours, but is there anything I can help you guys with?"
Yeah, we need to speak to the manager. We've heard there's
Manager,
a
okay.
problem here, and when we came by earlier, there was some rat droppings and some food.
It says, "Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. I apologize. Hang on. Let me go get the manager." And he walks off. Let me find where that. He says, "Let me go get Ronquin." So you would assume that that's who his disguise is here. So he walks off, and you actually see him leave. He comes back a minute later and says, "He is right over here," and leads you guys down. Let me see where he's at. Sorry.
We gotta try to get this guy fired.
We should have all got Karen haircuts.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so he actually, the usher takes you guys to the back room and says, "Ronquin is right back this way." So you guys walk through and you see some people up on stage practicing and everything again. And there's signs out that say, "Tonight, starting at 7 o'clock, Saphiria's Booty will be played tonight." And it's not porn. Well, you don't think so, at least.
Is this like a cabaret kind of a theater?
Well, actually, when you guys are walking through, you guys did notice. Actually, it could be you don't really know yet, because when you guys were walking through, again, you're in the dock ward, and this theater is definitely not like super high class. I mean, it's not like, it's not completely run down and rat infested or anything, but it's not in a very nice part of town, and it doesn't seem like the nicest theater ever. So there actually is a chance that it could be cabaret. So I guess you don't really know yet unless you stay for the show. But yes, that is the name of the show that the actors and everything are getting ready for, because you saw the signs out saying it starts at 7 o'clock tonight. So
I might have to stay for the show. I'm
I'm
not a
just gonna
guy
see how
for
sticky
theater,
the floors are.
but... Gross.
People
All
spill
right.
ale.
Alright, so we head back to go meet Ronklin.
Yeah, the usher opens up a curtain and says, "Right through here," and just a little room over there. So you guys gonna step inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and when you guys step in, you see. All right, I don't think it has a picture here, but you see an elven man sitting there, again dressed pretty nice as usual, and he looks up at you guys and just smiles, because he is hoping that you guys had the item that you asked him for. So he says, "Hey guys, right over this way. Come sit down. Come sit down." There's some chairs sitting around him. You guys gonna go sit?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
I really want to be a dick and just make myself look like actual Jarlaxle, like what we actually saw him look like when he took the hat off. I want to do that and then go sit by him just to piss him off, but that's probably a bad idea, so I won't do that.
You could if you wanted to. So,
Nope, just keeping
It's
my
all up
jaunty
to you.
hat with a feather in it.
so just wearing the hat by itself.
I mean, in clothes,
Okay.
I'm not naked.
Well, yeah.
It is a burlesque.
It is cabaret.
Cabaret, exactly. maybe that would be more
Not in
suitable.
exactly, not in disguise. Okay.
A naked man with a hat and a half cow man enter a cabaret.
Well, you don't even need clothes, Hako. You have fur, so you're actually walking around naked right now. I'm sure. Nobody even notices. You're like Donald Duck. Nobody ever cares why he doesn't wear pants. So. All right. When you guys go in, and Ronquin looks up at you and touches the top of his head and looking at your hat and kind of smiles a bit. So. And when you guys go sit down, can you guys give me perception checks, please? If anybody's looking around the room, instead of just talking to Ronquin, give me a perception check, please. And Ghost can use his nose if he wants.
I need to move my dice tower to... Well, I just need to remember to use it. I guess it's in a convenient enough spot, I just never remember to roll it.
Okay. Nobody else really notices much, except for Eldor does notice when there's a few shadows in the corner of the room, and you get the feeling that there might be somebody standing there. You haven't seen anything, but you get the feeling that you're being watched, I guess you can say, from a couple different corners in the room. So
Can I use
you
a
don't.
detect magic just on the room?
Sure. All right. And that's not the kind of thing that you have to roll for or anything, huh? G.
No, it's
It's
not.
just
Specifically, we talked about this a couple weeks ago too. Because his is like an innate racial thing, it's not even a visible spell. It's basically just a thing he can turn on and off without it being without anybody else noticing.
okay. I thought we had talked about that because I was going to say, if not, then Jarlaxle might notice you doing that. But again, that was the racial trait kind of thing, so it wouldn't even
Yes,
really.
the fireball magic stuff, just normal stuff.
Okay. Yeah. When you do that, you look over and you see that Rob's hat is glowing. You notice that Ronquin has a rapier on his side that is glowing, and then you see over one of the corners you see a dagger that's glowing, and that's all.
Well,
Those are
okay.
the three
What
things that
about
you
the
notice.
corner?
So.
Well, okay. Maybe I'm wrong here, Sako. But were you checking the corners to see if where the where the feeling of being watched is coming from? If there's like invisible people, is that what you're trying for?
Yeah, just random shadows with no bodies, just to see if there's something being disguised or maybe a mirror magic spell or something.
Okay. Yeah. Again, the detect magic. All you pick up is um, Rob's hat, the rapier on Ronquin's side, Jarlaxle's side, and then you see a dagger standing in one of the corners where you thought you felt, eyes on you. You do see a glowing dagger as well too, and it's on. It looks like it would be, sheathed on somebody's side. It's not floating or anything like that. So blade's
Okay.
kind of down, tilted back a bit. Handles forward, I guess you could say. So you would assume it was in somebody's belt or whatever.
I'll just kind of nonchalantly just turn my back or just kind of turn halfway and just nod at Rav and Akasha. Let them know what's up.
Okay, guys. Any reactions or just meeting his eyes?
Yeah. I'll acknowledge it, but that's it.
Okay. And Jarlaxle looks over at you guys and says, "All right. Did you guys have any luck finding the stone? I hope."
Yeah. We found it where you said it would be on one of the dark-skinned dwarves.
He says, "All right, fantastic, and I'm hoping you have it with you as well."
Oh, we threw it down a well.
He laughs and says, "Yeah, I probably would have done that too if I didn't need the damn thing so much. Maybe if somebody did that to begin with, we wouldn't be in this mess." But
Who, out of narrative, who was carrying it? I didn't search the body. I'm not sure who grabbed it.
did you hand it over, Sako? Because you picked it up.
Yeah, I think I initially picked it up, but then I think I handed it to Rob at some point.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'll pull it out and hand it to him.
Okay. Then when he sees you pull it out and you hand it to him, he says, "Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys helping me here. Hopefully we're going to be able to do some good things with this." And he looks over at it and he grabs it and then he's like, "Okay." He says, "Give me just a little bit of time to get myself familiarized with this. Maybe like an hour or so. So I'll try to come catch you guys in about an hour or so and let you know what I find out from it." And so he grabs it and he actually starts trying to he'd be trying to attune to it, and then he kind of gets this odd look on his face, and he actually seems like puzzled, I guess you can say. So if you guys want to, well, actually, no, you don't even really need to, because he's gonna, in just a second, he's gonna set it down, and he looks at you guys. He's like, "Did you guys inspect this thing? Any closer once you picked it up, or did you just put it in your pockets? Because this feels a little odd to me."
No, we pretty much just picked it up and then went back to the bar to clean up and made our way over here. I got the impression that we weren't supposed to give it too much thought. It seemed like and I'll kind of look around over my shoulders, make sure that the usher and the other people that are around, because he's obviously not talking as relaxed, he's still talking as a manager, so just making sure that the visible ears are not ones that would ruin his disguise. And then, say that we got the impression that this is supposed to be relatively hush-hush, so we kind of just brought it on our way.
He says, okay. And then also, by the way, the usher had stepped out. So it's just, again, the eyes that you guys fill on you, whatever those might possibly be, and Ronquin in there, Jarlaxle in there with you guys. So it was, fine to say that, because otherwise he probably wouldn't have even, had you pull the stone out or whatever. And so he picks it up again and he starts looking at it closer and he says, I think we might have been duped here. He's like, I'm trying to get myself familiarized with this and feel its presence, because you should be able to, once you start spending some time with it, you should be able to feel its arcane abilities. And I can tell you from experience that I don't feel any arcane abilities here. I think we might have a fake stone on our hands. Son of a bitch.
Wonderful. If this one's a fake, I guess this was the one that you told us to find or whatever, I guess. So the dwarf pulled it out of Fenris's house. That means Fenris had the fake in the first place, or did Fenris maybe stash the real one somewhere?
Jarlaxle says that's the only thing that I can think of. Maybe Fenris knew that people were going to be on his trail because they find out about his past. I'm guessing he must have the original and set that one there just as a deterrent, just to try to throw people off. Son of a bitch is definitely pretty crafty. That's the only thing I can think of, and that would mean he's the man to talk to. But I know he got arrested recently. He's still in jail right now, so
Yeah. So
getting to him's not going to be easy.
When you came to the bar as Laeral and told us that he was arrested, that was still true? He is still in jail as far as we know?
Yeah, and Jarlaxle says the last I heard, he's still rotting away in jail awaiting his sentence. So, because he was arrested not long after I saw you guys, or not long before I saw you guys at the bar, and, when you went to his house and everything. So, yeah, I'm guessing he still must be sitting in jail awaiting his trial. Find out what's going to happen to him. And he's got to be the only one left that knows where that damn, the real stone could be. Sneaky son of a bitch.
So we've got to break into jail then, assuming you still want us to try to figure this out anyways, to try to talk to him?
Yeah, that's. You don't necessarily have to break in. You could see if the magistrate will let you talk to him. It's pretty unlikely, but you could definitely try. Whatever tricks or little disguises or anything you might want to try to do is up to you. Or if you just want to go in and try to be honest and talk to the magistrate and let him know what's going on, that's up to you too. But Fenris is the man that has the information, the only one left that has the information on the Stone of Galore.
So, just being objective here, you were offering to pay us a significant sum to recover this, and we did recover this. It's not exactly our fault nor our problem that this is not the stone that you were looking for. We did the job that you had paid us to do, or were supposed to be paying us to do. Any additional hazard pay? I'm not saying we won't do the rest of the job for this of trying to find the stone, but any additional compensation for the extra work that this is going to entail?
He says,
getting arrested and thrown in jail is not really part of my plan.
He says, that would be one way to talk to him if you wanted to, but you don't have to. And of course, I will definitely pay you guys for this. I'm a businessman. That's been that way in Waterdeep for a long time, and I understand that nothing's free. So I will absolutely compensate you guys for this if you are able to find out the location of the stone and gather it for me. Still, and I apologize for the misinformation and the false stone. I had no idea Fenris was that sneaky.
All right. Well, I suppose we can come up with a plan to get in there. We know where the jail and everything is, right?
Yeah, you guys would know, and I will look at exactly where it is again. But you guys would know for sure. So.
All right. Well, first idea, you guys. So I guess are we done then with Jarlaxle? Anything else we needed to ask him about before we start formulating a plan of jailbreak?
I don't think so.
I think you're good.
All right, then we will make our exit politely, and maybe head towards the jail and discuss plans on the way.
Okay. Oh, and he's at the courthouse in the castle ward. So, again, that's you guys would know that. That there's the jail or whatever there, but in the castle ward. So, which you guys would know from living in the city anyway.
Okay. Well, what I'm thinking then, guys, and this is, just off the top of the off the cuff here. Since I can appear as needed, and Eldor can, at least adjust a little bit, um, down to a reasonable height anyway. Could potentially, if we can see, if I can get a look at the magistrate, I can get his appearance, and then we find out, basically wait for him to go home, because basically we're at evening time already. We were like late afternoon to early evening. So if we get there and he's, if we can catch what he looks like, and then wait for him to leave, we can sneak in with Eldor disguised as a guard, just a tall guard, and I'll try to match the appearance of the magistrate as much as possible. Akasha, do you have any means of disguising?
Nope, but I could be lookout outside, just in case he decides to come back in while you guys are in there.
Yeah, that's good. We don't have any way of communicating, though. Maybe that's something we should look for, is some means of, some walkie-talkies. Make that a bar expense, so we get it as a tax write-off.
Your good friend Dell might have some information on that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Any other ideas?
No, but we do know what Captain Staggett looks like. He was the guy that we saw. Where was that? It was in the warehouse before we went down in the sewers for the first time.
Oh, the Xanathar Guild hideout? Or the Zentrum hideout, I mean? That warehouse where the Kenku were?
Yeah.
Okay, that might work. Maybe a captain would be... Well, shit. The thing is, I want as few questions as possible, so the highest ranking person who would make sense to be there would be ideal, just so that we can walk right past everyone without having questions. Because that's what we want, basically, is to not have to try to bluff our way past too many people. Because I guess from the outside, G, how does guard look? Like, is there a ton of guards around?
If you guys were there, then there would be a decent amount of guards around, because it's the guards, or excuse me, the prisoners that are awaiting arraignment. So it's not the actual prison, so it's not stacked to the brim with guards, but there are definitely, escort guards and everything, and then a few around just to make sure the prisoners don't get out of hand. But that's not the actual prison or jail itself. It's the courthouse area. So some guards, yes, but it's not going to be swarming to the brim with guards. Again, yeah, because it's not the prison. So if that was your question. And are you guys? Are you saying this still standing there in front of Jarlaxle, or did you guys leave?
No, we left. Yeah,
Okay.
This is on the way to the jail.
Okay.
Well, to the courthouse.
Yep. So up to you guys how you want to do it. Then, all right. Well, then before you left, then, because that would be something he would have said anyway. He's like, he didn't go, or he doesn't go there himself because he doesn't know for sure if the courthouse has a magic ward on it, and so he doesn't want to go as Jarlaxle. So that's the reason that he asked you guys to go talk to Fenris. I was just reading up a little bit more, so I apologize for having to retcon. But he says he doesn't know for sure, so but that's why he doesn't go himself. And then he also said he also told you guys too that if you guys can't think of anything else, then you could always get yourselves arrested, and if you do, he'll bail you out. Just don't cause too much trouble, because you might not be eligible for bail. But he says if you do happen to get arrested in an effort to talk to Fenris, he will pay to get you guys out, if it's possible to get bailed out.
We can try sneaking in, but, well, we can try the disguise and sneak in, just to get to Fenris and talk to him, leave him in a jail. Maybe we'll, dangle the fake offer of getting him out, because if he still thinks that we're, magistrates, captains, guards, anything of that sort, then he might believe us that we would get him out, which could potentially, be used as leverage to get him to tell us where the real stone is. But if there is some kind, I didn't think about that, if there's some kind of an anti-magic shell around it or something like that breaks our disguises, then we could just get ourselves arrested, just pretend we're drunk and punch a guard or something. What do you guys think? But I don't want to leave Akasha outside. Any ideas for how we can get Akasha in too?
could just get myself arrested. Have you guys take me in there.
I was gonna say, if you're a guard and I'm dressed up as a guard, she could just we could do the Chewbacca attack pretty much.
Okay. Get some zip ties or some handcuffs and pretend that she's a prisoner. That we're just walking back to the jail cells.
Pretty much, she'll be the Wookiee.
All right, we can give that a shot.
All right, so you are going to you're going to use your Hadji and be Captain Staggett, or
Yeah,
just a guard.
Yeah, well, Staggett then, since we haven't seen the magistrate, I don't know what he looks like. I suppose I could go with Laryl Silverhand, but that might raise more questions because she wouldn't be. I've only actually seen the disguised version of her that Jarlaxle did, but since that would be a potential risk because people would be asking what the mayor is doing there, then probably just Captain Staggett would make more sense.
Okay. Yep. Then Captain Staggett, and then Sako, disguise self to make yourself appear as a guard. Just a standard guard.
Yeah, just a big old guard. I'll shrink down 1 foot so that way I'm just a very large guard.
Okay. Yep. Then you make yourself down a little bit, and then all right, you're gonna do that. Okay. What are you guys going to do with Ghost? Because the prisoner's not gonna be able to keep their pet cat with them. Unless Ghost is under arrest too, but then he's going to be going to the kitty jail. He's going to be going to the pound, not to the human jail. So
I would probably leave him at the bar. I'd probably end up having to leave my bow at the bar too.
Eldor might be able to carry it. Well, as a guard, he probably wouldn't be, maybe. I don't know. Would a guard carry a bow maybe in the city? Have we seen other policemen and stuff like that in the city carrying bows? Or are these like nightsticks or short swords or something?
I believe they all came with short swords, but I'm assuming that some of them at least would have ranged options as well. So possibly, but it'd probably be more like a crossbow that they would have, I'd assume. But I guess if you could try, I mean, it's up to you. But you could just say possibly that you confiscated that, that Sako confiscated that from Akasha, and he's going to go take it to the evidence room or something, and then just forget to take it to the evidence room.
Yeah,
something like that.
That'll work. I mean, even if we get questioned about it, we can deal with it as it arises. But that way, at least if a fight breaks out, then Akasha isn't, weaponless.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna have to be smart about it, of course. But as long as everything's good and you guys play it cool, you might be able to just get away with that. So it's up to you guys if you want to try.
So I'll just bring it in as evidence.
Okay.
Works.
All right. So that's what you guys are gonna do. There's not even really any rolls or anything for the disguises, so you guys are in disguise. And when you guys are getting near the courthouse, you see that there's a couple of guards standing out front, and the ceilings look like they're about 10 feet higher. So of course there's iron bars on the windows and stuff that you can see through some of the cells, and then the doors themselves are strong oaken doors that are iron bound too. So definitely seems like a pretty sturdy place. So when you guys are walking through, are you just gonna go to the front door and say that you're bringing a prisoner in?
Well, as soon as we're walking near the front door, I'm gonna look at them for rank insignia. Is there anything that identifies what rank they are?
When you look at the guards, they don't have anything that makes them stand out. So you'd assume they're just your standard grunts. None of them seem like they're ranked, really. So
Okay.
at least the two that you see there. Because there's two at the front door, and then there's a back door too, and you'd assume there must be guards at the back door too. But if you guys are at the front door, then you see two guards standing there of not much importance.
Yeah, just walking straight through the front door. Then Eldor will be, lead. Eldor will be walking behind, and I'll be walking in front of Akasha, with her the hands behind her back, and I'll just walk, through them, and I'll just say, I'll say, "Look alive, boys! We got a Sharpie here for the jails." And just walk right past him, not even stopping, just walking right past him, going through the door.
Okay. I'm going to. It's another little crappy map, but just to kind of get an idea. This is the first floor of the courthouse. I'm going to send that now. Not even really actually needed, but just to give you guys an idea. And then please give me a performance check, G, and Sako too, since you are actually all three of you, because you got to be pretending to be a prisoner too. So can you guys all give me performance checks? But they're not going to have to be all that great because, again, these guys are probably afraid of the supposed captain. So, and AFK guys, be right back.
I am not rolling good today. Apparently, I did not fall off the disguise.
I'm a great prisoner.
Yeah, like that's of the three, that's the one that would need to be. I suppose you still got to be pretty convincing. Keep the head down and not look like you're, faking it exactly like we are. But that's probably bad news. So we may have to, punch a guard and get arrested.
Maybe I'll just start causing trouble since I'm supposed to be arrested anyways.
Maybe
distract
maybe
them.
distraction enough, sure.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they look at you guys and they kind of look a little bit closer at Rav, and then like Eldor, they they kind of look at him too, but he's not anybody that they would know, so they look at Rav a little bit closer and they're like, all right, well, I don't want to. You seem a little odd today, Captain, but I don't want to get my ass kicked, so right this way. Booking, you know where booking is. It's down the hall. They step out of your guys' way.
Do they seem suspicious at all? I'm going to insight check.
Go ahead, please. I was just going to say roll an insight anybody that wants to. All right. Yeah, with that one, you notice that they do seem like, as you're walking through, they're kind of looking at you, not like they're trying not to let you know that they're looking at you because, if you really are the captain, then they're going to be afraid of you and don't want to get in trouble, but they are kind of eyeing you a bit, and they do kind of turn around and look. As you're walking through, they do kind of turn around and look a little bit. So they're not trying to be seen, but they are looking like they think you're a bit odd. So.
Then, while they're looking to try to play this off a bit, because I'm pretty sure that I didn't do too well with my first attempt at it, hence their suspicion. While they're watching, I'm going to make it a very performative, a very on purpose pull a flask out and take a hit, like a deep swig, to make them think, okay, well maybe he's just drunk and that's why he's acting weird.
Okay. Can you give me another performance or a deception, whichever way you want? It's worth another roll.
Is there a way that I can boost the probability of that just by kind of leaning over and putting my hand over saying, maybe you should stop?
Roll it with advantage.
Maybe you should slow down.
Like I've had too much
Come on,
drink for the
Captain.
day.
This is the day's still early, Captain. Come on.
That's slightly better. I dropped a 3. It would have been pretty bad still.
Yeah, it's with that one. Again, since they're so afraid of the captain, they seem like, okay, what the hell is the captain doing? Why is he drinking right now? But you get the feeling that they're mostly convinced. They're no longer like turning around, staring at you. They're kind of just laughing a little bit, and again, like not wanting to be seen, but they're kind of turning around and going back to what they're doing. So you get the feeling that you're doing a little bit better now. So.
All right, as we're walking back towards booking, then I'm going to whisper to to Eldor. I really hope the real Staggett's not here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Huh? Okay. Reading up here. Give me 1 second, guys.
Now that we're inside the jail, I'll change it. That's a bit more ominous than this kind of a courthouse jail would probably be, but whatever.
Okay, guys. So you head in, and then you see the person sitting behind the desk and in the booking area, and they say, "Oh, got another one, huh?" And they look over and they're like, "Huh. Usually they're not this pretty. What'd you do?" And then they're looking over at both of you guys. So, Sokka
Same
and
as
Rob.
same as all these dirty sharp ears she was trying to steal.
No, another thief, huh? Seems like ever since people heard the Black Viper was back, that everybody wants to try to be cool and steal too. All right. So petty theft. What was it? Was it serious? Did she beat anybody up? Anything like that, or was it just theft?
No, it was just something shiny from a jeweler.
Yeah, I understand. All right. What is the what's your name, young lady? And they look up. The guard looks at you. Yep.
I'm just gonna glare at him. I'm not saying anything.
All right. Then they go, I'm used to this. And then they look at Captain Saget, and then they say, so did you happen to catch her name at all, or do you know her name by chance?
No, this isn't. Government mandated IDs aren't required just yet. She didn't have any ID, so
Yeah.
I figure we'll toss her in until she talks.
No microchip behind your ear yet? Okay. Yeah, understood. That's not till Black Mirror times. So, they said, okay, then we'll just take her over to the holding cell. And she looks over at you, Eldor. She's like, you know where the evidence room is. You go ahead and take that over there, because I'm assuming you still have a cautious bow on you, right, Sokka?
Yeah.
Okay, they say, so you know where the evidence room is. Go ahead and take that over there. I'm sure they'll get it processed for you. And then hopefully she'll talk, and if not, then she'll spend a few days in jail. Maybe that'll loosen her tongue a bit, So.
Sounds good. I was thinking of just holding on to it for a minute or two. I kind of like this.
Yeah, this one, she seems potentially a little dangerous. We want to go ahead and get her in the jail cell as quick as possible. We'll drop the evidence off afterward.
And they say, normally I wouldn't do this, but you're standing right there, Captain, so you can make sure that everything gets taken care of, I'm sure. So, no problem. Yeah, right down that way. You guys know where the holding cells are. There's one free. Second one from the left. Number 4 is open.
Oh, and do me a favor. Have some pride in your work. Tuck your shirt in. Clean your desk off. And then I'm going to take another swig while I'm walking away.
And she says, all right, yes, sir, Captain. Thank you. And she stands up and tucks her shirt in, and she goes and tries to pick a cup up off the desk that's in front of her and spills some coffee on it. So gets on herself after she just tucked her shirt in and everything. So yeah,
I shout over my shoulder, like that, having heard her spill this. I shout over my shoulder, "You're an embarrassment!" As I'm walking away towards like to take her to the jail.
And you hear, "Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain." Coming back at you, and then you hear some laughs, of course, which these ones they're not trying to hide like the other guards at front were, because they're not laughing at the captain. So poor girl.
All right, we head
Nice.
back towards the holding cells then.
Okay, and when you guys head back there, you notice that number 4 is open. And so, are you going to, I'm assuming, put Akasha in there and close it? Because there is, a couple of guards standing at the end of the little hallway, just to obviously make sure that everything is in order. So.
I say, Eldor. I'll whisper to Eldor. You guys just play this out as naturally as you can. I'm gonna go talk to the guards to get them to leave. While we're passing the holding cells, by the way, are any of them occupied? Like, do we see a guy that looks like Fenris's description in any of them?
Most of the rest of them are occupied. In fact, they're all actually occupied. You took the last one for now. So you do look adjacent from you, so directly across and to the left, so farther down the hallway, I guess you can say, from where you're coming in. You see someone that fits the description of Fenris, because obviously, Jarlaxle would have said he looks like this and this, which I will find in a second here for you guys.
And there's 2 guards still down here?
Yeah, there's the 2 ones. They were standing in the little entryway at the beginning of the little jail cell hallway. There's 2 standing there, one on each side of the doorway that you walked through.
All right. While Eldor is, putting Akasha in the cell and kind of going through the motions of pretending like putting her in, I'm going to go back and approach the 2 guards. Are they both male?
These 2 are both male.
All right. I'll say, hey, boys, you know how it goes. We've got some advanced interrogation techniques we've got to go through to try to get some information out of this one. If you would, just go on upstairs, take a break, and I'll hand them a gold each.
They look at you, they nod, and then they just say, come get us when you need us again. And then they walk off, and no trouble there. So
I'll tell them, oh, and check in with Jenny at the front counter, make sure that she's got her coffee cleaned up. She's just a mess today.
they say, again, spilling stuff? Yeah, she's such a klutz, but she's usually pretty organized when it comes to taking care of the inmates. So, but yep, we'll go check on her. And with that one, they liked the money, and seeing the captain, you noticed. I guess you wouldn't even need an insight for that either, but you noticed that they were didn't even seem to question when you said that, so there must be a regular thing.
Okay.
So they just nodded like they knew exactly what you were talking about. So I guess from what it seems like in here, Captain Staggett must not be the greatest guy, because nobody flinched an eye at the abuse potential and the drinking. So
before they walk off, I'm going to check the walls around. Are there any key rings hanging from the walls?
No, actually you don't. You see one of the guards had a keyring on him.
I'm going to, before he leaves, I'm going to shout back over to say, hey, hold on. And I'm going to kind of fake that I'm checking around my belt for my keys, as if I forgot them. And I'll just say, hey, I must have forgotten my keys back at home. Can I just borrow yours real quick?
He says, yeah, sure, here. And he hands them to you. And he says, just please don't forget to drop those back off with me before you leave, because they'll have my head if I forget those. So
yeah, if I don't see you on the way out, I'll drop them with Jenny at the front.
he says, okay, thank you, Captain.
I don't know the girl's name at the front, and I'm using the fake name to just show that I'm an asshole, if that makes sense. I'm just basically, she's just, any girl, basically I'm being a chauvinist on purpose. Just, to give that kind of assholey attitude.
Yeah, and they were both kind of laughing about that a little bit. One of them more than the other one. The other one seems like he's kind of just going along a little bit more, but the other one was definitely laughing, and neither one of them seemed like they were really offended. So, again, it seems like the kind of thing that might happen on a regular basis here, sexism within it. So,
okay. All right, then quickly, as soon as they're around the corner and it's obvious, I can hear the footsteps that they're not nearby, I'm gonna, with the keys, go to which one Fenris is in by the description, and then Eldor and Akasha both will undo Akasha's bindings, of course, but for the other 2, because there's 4 cells, 3 of them are occupied. I'll take care of Fenris because I can make sure that he talks. Do you 2 want to intimidate the others into making sure that they stay quiet?
Sure.
Or, I mean, we can switch it up. I don't mind. Just I'll give you guys the Veritas to make sure that Fenris gives us the information we need.
all right, guys. Oh, image incoming. This is Fenris. So, that's what they would have told you. Dude that apparently looks like a pirate.
Looks
with
like
the
Taserface.
yeah.
What was Taserface from?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That's right. Okay, he does look like that. Yeah, looks like he's been hit by an octopus.
All right, guys. So, Eldor and Akasha, you guys going to make sure the other prisoners stay quiet, and Rob is going to try to talk to Fenris.
Yep.
All right, guys. So, Sako and Babe, either intimidation or persuasion checks, depending on how you're going to convince the people to be quiet, and what are you going to say to them?
Well, they're both the exact same for me, so
I'm gonna try and persuade them and just kind of give them a good persuade.
I guess I'll
Okay.
try intimidation. Just kind of have an arrow cuffed to my bow.
Good cop,
All right,
bad cop.
All right, so you're just gonna kind of flash your weapon a little bit, babe, and in a threatening kind of way. And Sako, you said persuasion, so what are you just gonna say? We're just nothing's going on here. Just stay quiet, it's none of your business. That kind of thing, like being nice about it.
Just mind your own business, and this will be better for everybody. It'll be all right. You guys are gonna get something out of this,
All
but
right.
not be very straightforward with.
Okay, then persuasion, Sako, please, and intimidation, babe, please. Checks.
I already did mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. And you already did yours too. Okay. All right. I think yours is good enough, Sako. That person doesn't seem like they're overly concerned anyway. So they're like, yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. I know it's not going to help me get out of here any faster. And then you, babe, they don't really seem like they're very scared of you. They kind of just laugh and say, so what are you going to shoot me or something? I'm going to probably be hanged anyway, so.
Are any of them close?
Or any what close?
The guys, so I can like stab them with my arrow.
Well, did you open those cells, G, or did you just have them talking to him through the bar?
I opened all 3 of the cells, Fenris as being last, so that they could step inside and choke them if they needed to, or keep them quiet if needed.
Okay. Then, honey, how close did you get to the person before you did that?
I would have stepped inside. Like, how big are these cells?
Oh, I guess probably like not huge, like 6x6, or not 6x6, probably like 8x8, 10-foot ceiling.
Probably would have just stepped inside.
Okay. They say, well, again, that's what they just say, that they're probably going to be hanged anyway, so they're not really too worried about your arrow. So what's to keep them from yelling and saying that the captain's abusing people again? Or that apparently this criminal is not much of a criminal since they uncuffed you.
Well, you could just die nicely by hanging, or I could torture you. It's up to you.
All right. Go ahead and do another intimidation then. Give you another chance.
I'm really bad at these.
They say, all right, fine. I ain't gonna say nothing. Probably not. And then they just sit down and kind of sit, or sit down on the ground because there's not, of course, any chairs or anything in there. Kind of just sitting on their ass, kind of like Indian style, and look up at you and kind of just smirking at you. So, for now, they seem appeased.
I'm still gonna stand in there. Just watch him.
Okay. And, RIG, did you open Fenris' cell yet, or are you just talking to him? Or what
No,
you do?
all three would, I open all 3 doors and kind of dealing with all 3 at the same time because we don't have very long. So I would, step in and tell him I'm going to make this quick because we don't have long, and I'm going to just hit him as hard as I can with the butt end of the spear to try to knock him out.
Okay. So would you just roll an attack, or would we do like a strength versus strength?
It'd be an attack. I mean, I'm going to try to knock him unconscious quickly. You know what? I mean, at least low, very low. But if I can knock him out, that's what I'm aiming for. Do you have, like, you don't need to tell me any of this, but do you have stats for him? Like, do you have HP and AC?
Actually, I think I do.
They usually would, so.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and trip him as well, so trying to just hit him as hard as possible anyways, with non-lethal, of course.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. But also, if you are trying to knock him out, don't forget you need information from him, so...
Oh, it's intentional.
Okay.
So a
Just making
16,
sure.
does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Alright. Then favorite enemy, no Slayer, of course, because he's not injured already, but the trip to kind of smack him into the wall.
He's a human, a Terithian, so yeah.
Okay. Does 21 knock him out?
Yeah, I think that would be fair. I mean, because I guess it's not really matter because you're not going to fight him anyway. He has 65 hit points total, so you did, about 1/3 of it in one hit straight on his head. So I'm assuming that'd be enough to
Well, I mean, a knockout would
narratively
still
knock him out.
knocking
Do
him
you think that'd be
unconscious.
fair?
No, I mean, knocking him unconscious would be 65. Like that's what it takes to get something unconscious.
Okay, so you'd have to knock him.
Yeah, but I'm
do
not
that.
gonna keep hitting him. It was basically just to let him know that that he needs to comply. That's fine if he didn't go unconscious, but it's basically after whacking him immediately, with my other hand, like basically hit him, with my right hand with a spear, and with my left hand I've pulled out a little vial of the yellowish liquid, and is when I hit him, and his mouth opens, I'm just gonna immediately pour it down his throat.
Okay, can you give me a sleight of hand, please? And yeah, I think that hit would get his attention. So I mean, he's still conscious, but he's like, you'll have his attention.
I'm gonna use my
Whether or not he
determination to
cooperates,
give
who
myself
knows, but-
advantage. Okay.
Okay. But either way, though, you definitely that hit got its attention. So, and
Jesus, I dropped a 1. Good thing I used my determination.
well, I'd say with that at least, how much liquid is in that thing? How much
It's
were you
tiny.
trying
It's
to pour total?
it's like maybe an ounce or two. It's just a tiny little vial.
Well, I'd say at least a good amount of that got in there. Maybe not all of it. Some of it probably spilled on his lip and his mouth a little bit, but most of it probably got in there. So,
All right, he needs to
and
make a charisma save, and he has to beat 17.
okay.
So if you have stats for him, whatever his charisma modifier is, it'd be actually it'd be a save, so its stats would be different. But
He does not make it.
all right, then for that, then I'd see his pupils dilate and everything, so I'd be able to tell that he's under the effects of it. And I'm immediately going to change my disguise, still in the cop uniform and everything, but I'm gonna change my head to look like insect, I guess, like maybe like a praying mantis head. So big old praying mantis head, very scary. And I'm going to tell him we don't have very long, and this can end with you still breathing or not. So I need to know where the stone is.
He takes a step back and actually backs all the way up into the wall. Like
I've
it's not
followed
all
him
that.
to the wall then, and I'm going to put my hand around his throat, like preparing to choke him against the wall.
Okay, because after you whack him, he was still standing there. So he was dazed a bit, so his footing's not as good as it should be. But when you changed heads is when he stepped back. He's been hit before, so that's not what made him step back. That's just you dazed him, dropped that shit on him, and then now thinks that all of a sudden there's this giant bug. So he stepped back, trying to move away, and ran into the wall because it was the room's not very big. So his back is up against the wall. You stepped up to him and you said to put your hand around his throat.
Yeah, put my hand around his throat, not squeezing yet, but prepared to if he doesn't answer very quickly. And he can't lie, so he has to tell the truth.
He says, "What the hell is this? The stone? What do you need the stone for?"
That's not what I asked. Where is it? And I'll start to squeeze a little bit.
He says, "Okay," and he says, It's in the old tower. Hang on, I'm looking up exactly where it is. But he is telling you. I hid it in the old tower. It's hang on. Okay, he says top floor, dockward, and not too far away from here. In the old tower, it's on the top floor. I stuck it on a shelf up there, on the top of the bookshelf. That's the last place I saw it. I swear.
All right, then I'll tell him. Well, that was a lot quicker than I expected, and I'll just turn my head back to stag it.
Okay, and he looks at you. He says, "What the hell's going on? You must have hit me harder than I thought." And he just starts rubbing his head. He's like, "Ah, shit." And he's kind of just standing there. And then he kind of just leans back up against the wall and puts his head up against the wall and just kind of sits there, like trying to catch his bearings kind of thing.
I'll start stepping out of the cell and close it back behind me and preparing, to lock it. And while I'm locking it, I'll look at him through the window and I'll tell him that if the stone is not where you said it is, I'll be back to come speak with you. And I'll change my head back just a little bit just to show him, like maybe just the eyes or something. And then back to regular stag it.
And then when you go turn back into the Mantis for a second, you notice he starts to kind of get a little nervous again. He's like, all right. That's where it is, I swear. That's the last place I saw it.
I should
Top
have used a
floor,
snake head,
middle
not
tower.
a bug head. That would have been fun.
Mandibles are very intimidating.
That's true. A snake head probably wouldn't have been as scary as giant praying mantis head. That's for sure. Anyway, I'll look over then as I finish locking it up. Tell him we appreciate your compliance, and I'll look at Eldor and Akasha. You guys have any trouble?
Not too much.
Easy peasy.
All right. Well, I think I got what we needed, so we can make our way out of here.
Is there a back door?
Yeah, getting you out of here, we may have to be a little sneaky about.
Well, I was just going to say, sorry to cut you off, but babe, can you roll a d20 for me? And yes, there is a back door. There's a front door and a back door, but it's not from this room. You would have. There's only one way in and out of the cell block. So
That's not great.
the guards are still not back yet, though, G. They're still taking their break that Captain Staggett told them to take.
All right, then quietly, so that the prisoners can't hear. I'll just say, okay, then here's what we should do. Unless you guys have a better idea, we can go out the back door instead. The guards there wouldn't be the same ones that we saw in the front. We'll just tell them that we were transporting a prisoner out, on release, that she's being released, and we'll just, make our way out.
Maybe I can interject with a alternative.
Of course.
What if we create a distraction? All the prisoners escape.
You guys can if you want to.
We can. That's going to lead to violence. I mean, you guys know I'm not averse to violence, but, we don't want Akasha getting shot at as an escaping prisoner. And these guys, we probably don't want Fenris out on the street while we're trying to get the stone, and he'd risk him getting there first.
It's all up to you guys.
Were the other two compliant? Maybe we just release them, not Fenris, and, we'll just walk Akasha out. Like, use them as a distraction anyways, let them run through the front, but we'll just walk Akasha out as if we're releasing the prisoner. Kind of a bit of both. Does that make sense?
If we're very persuasive, maybe we could use the two prisoners to hold us hostage and take us out of the prison, and that's their way out as well.
That would take a while to convince them of the plan, though, and risking them not screwing it up. I mean, as long as these two, they didn't seem to be too severe criminals or anything like that, right? Fenris I don't want to let go, but the other two I don't mind letting go. And if they run through the front and we go out the back, then, nobody will even pay us much mind as we just walk out with Akasha.
True, I'm also super stealthy.
You gotta have, shadows and stuff to be able to hide, though, so... I mean, stealthy, yes, but, if you're just walking down a well-lit hallway, there's really not much way to hide there.
All the hallways and stuff in this, well, you guys would have noticed this, especially Sako, are all magically lit, so this place is well lit. And they wouldn't go out unless you had magical means of putting them out. So, this place is well lit, in other words.
What do you guys think of these two? I mean, the two that you guys were talking with, do you think they would be, a serious problem if we let them out? Go with Sako's, or for Eldor's idea of using them as a distraction, have them run through the front while we go out the back?
It's worth a shot. I don't think the guy that I was talking to wants to be hanged. So.
Yeah, you guys never asked him what they did, but, I mean, it's up to you guys whether you let him go or not. And that one doesn't like you very much, babe, but if you let him go, he'll probably, decide, yeah, fine, I ain't gonna cause no problems, they let me go, so...
They may not even run, depending on this guy, depending on what they did, they might be happier just waiting for their, trial or whatever else, as opposed to being shot at on their way out.
I'm gonna go up to the cell that the guy was in that I was talking to, and just ask him if he'd prefer to take a chance running, or if he just wants to sit here and wait to be hanged.
He says, I'll get the hell out of here. I mean, maybe there's a chance I can still make it if I do. Otherwise, they're definitely going to have my head. Repeat offenders are not real popular around here in Waterdeep.
We've got at least one.
You guys gonna ask the other prisoner, the one that Sako was talking to?
Go ahead, Elder.
Yeah, double check. Yeah, see if he wants to break out with us. You know, I don't know what you're in for, but let's see if we can get you out of here. If you can give.
He says, my crimes weren't anything too serious, so I know I'm probably not facing much more than a little bit of jail time. So, I don't know. Like, can you guys help me get out? Because if not, then I'm gonna stay because I don't want to get killed in the process. And then can you show me how to get out of the city, possibly? Because I don't want to come back here. Because they'll just find me again and arrest me again.
Maybe we'll just stick with one for now.
Yeah, this guy sounds like he's going to be more trouble than he's worth. Just let him take a nap in here.
Yeah. All right. We'll think about it, but we'll just walk away.
He says, whatever it is, I'm sure you guys are trying to figure something out, so good luck with that. And he just rolls over on just a little bit of hay on the ground that is his bed, apparently. And just lays
What was
on
this
it.
guy's name again?
You guys haven't... Oh, the main guy? Fenris.
No, the one I was just speaking with. Did we ever get that guy's name?
You guys didn't ask the other two prisoners' names yet.
All right. Well, I'll let him know. Let's think about it. But I didn't catch your name. What was your name?
Yeah, the one that you are talking to, Sako, the one that doesn't seem like he wants to do much. He says he goes by Babo. His name is Babo.
All right, Babo. Thank you.
Okay. And then, did you guys ask the other one's name too? The one you were talking to, babe?
Yeah, not that I'm sure he'd give it to me, but I'll try.
He says, well, not like I really care, because hopefully I'll be out of here soon anyway. My name's Martem.
That's one of the kids, right? Wasn't one of the kids named Martin? Or Martum, rather? It's not the kid, it's just a... Well, yeah, I think that was one of the kids. Okay, as long as it's not the same guy, it doesn't matter. It was one of the kids, I think, in the alleyway.
Okay.
Saw the stone.
Then I
Yeah.
guess I came in my head twice.
Martum was the kid.
Okay.
It's probably just a common name anyway.
Yeah, maybe that kid's a son. Who the hell knows? MJ, little Martin Jr. Alright, so you guys have one possible friend, well, quote-unquote friend, to help you sneak out if you guys want to.
All right. I'm just gonna kind of whisper to you guys. We can use Babo as cannon fodder. If you want, I can cause a distraction saying he's got a knife or a dagger, and we could use him as a...
Yeah, I mean, if he's in here to be hanged, then he probably did something pretty severe anyways. So if he gets killed on his way out, no big loss. Save us
Yeah,
some taxpayer money feeding him.
Babo's in his cell just waiting because he doesn't have he doesn't have a pretty bad sentence. So I could just use my I could just use my thermometry whatever with a booming voice and just yell that he's got a dagger. Guards come in and we can start the distraction with that.
And then let the other guy go, and then we run.
Exactly.
All right, that works.
And they're all inside the cell stabbing up Babo.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, man.
Okay. Give me a performance, please, Sako, for using the booming voice to yell dagger. Or prisoner's got a weapon.
We might want to
Whatever it
unlock
is.
his cell. So that way they
Didn't
can
you guys
actually
already
get in
unlock all
there.
three
Yeah,
of
I
them?
unlocked all three of them.
Unless you guys closed them again. They should still
I
be
closed and locked Fenris's for sure.
Okay, well then Fenris is locked back in there, and he's still kind of just standing there looking around. Wondering what the hell's going to be going on here.
I'm just going to look at her and be like, I hope you're ready to run.
Yeah, with that one, I don't think it's going to have much of a DC there. So you actually hear some footsteps coming, not as many as you would think, because not as many people heard you as you thought, but you do hear 3 sets of footsteps coming your guys' way. So, and then
Let's go.
The second. Okay, so you guys going to start walking out, or are you going to wait until those guards come through?
No, I might as well just go.
No, we're just gonna walk out while the guards are busy disarming Babo.
Akasha, head still down, hands behind her back. Like, Eldor could just kind of cover her hands with his own, so she doesn't actually need to be secured at all.
Yeah, she'll just kind of walk in front of me, and I'll be blocking the line of sight.
Okay. And you guys taking Martin Senior with you guys?
I mean, he's running. Just probably push him out first, and then ahead of us, and then we start walking behind him and let him just tell him to run, and then he can run through the front while we move towards the back door.
Yeah, he'll take point. He'll just run out in front of us.
Okay, so you guys go through and you see 3 guards go past you. There was those 2 that you saw that went on break, G, and then another one go running past, and they go back in, and they see Fenris is still locked, and then they see that Bobo, his thing is open, so they go into Bobo's. Well, as you're walking by, you see them run back there, and then you hear them run to the back of the room, I guess you can say, and then you hear, "What the hell? Where is it?" And then you hear Bobo say, "Where's what?" And then you hear, punching.
I'm gonna use my thermology one more time. Thaumaturgy, sorry, one more time, and create the sound of a falling piece of metal, like a dagger inside of a cell, coming from the corner.
Okay.
Okay.
Brutal.
All right, so you do that, and again, that one's so good. We'll just go off the last roll too, because they're already heightened up anyway, so they hear that, and then you actually hear, "What the hell? I knew we had one." So then you hear like a body fall to the floor, and the sound of multiple boots stomping and kicking, and you hear a guy screaming and yelling and stuff like that. So you'd assume he's definitely get what's not coming to him. So guess he didn't do anything to you guys. You guys are fucking mean. So you guys go through. Let's see. I'm gonna. So you guys told Markham Senior to run through the front, and you guys are gonna run to the back.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Markham
I gave Eldor back my bow.
gave him back what?
My bow.
Okay.
I'm carrying the bow again.
Okay. All right. Then good. Then Martin says, "Thank you guys," and he starts going towards the front. And then let's see. Okay, good enough. You hear him. You see him go that way, and you don't hear any "what the hells" or "who the fuck are you?" So you're hoping he made it through at least. And you guys start heading through the back door, and you guys do see that there are 2. As you're going through the back door, there are 2 guards, standing there by the back door too, and they're like, "Hey guys, what's all the?" Hey, Captain, you're still in Captain form, right? You went back to Stag it?
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey guys, hey Captain." They're looking at Eldor and you, G, and they say, "What's all the commotion about back there?" Because they didn't hear the dagger part. So
One of the prisoners back there has a weapon, so we're just escorting this one back out to a safer spot for now. But you guys might want to go check on them in case the guards get hurt. They may need backup.
all right, they say, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna go do that." And can you guys, actually, all 3 of you guys again, can you give me performance checks again, please? Probably not going to need much because they're already worried about the extra commotion.
All
right.
All shit today.
Yeah, your guys is too. Again, they're definitely looking at Eldor like, we don't remember a guy this tall here. That's what they would actually be thinking. So they're looking at him like they don't recognize him. You, G, of course, it's like they're still kind of afraid of eyeing you too, but they look at Akasha and then they're like, they feel that makes them feel like, okay, yeah, she definitely is a prisoner. So they feel like maybe they're just overly stimulated because of everything that's going on, and that's what they're worried about. So they start heading back, and they look back at you guys once, but they keep going towards the cell blocks. So as you guys go through. All right, you guys are free. And what is next? Again, Fenris said on a shelf, on top of a shelf, on the top floor of the old tower.
We know where the old tower is.
Yeah, it's something that you guys would have, seen in the landscape, especially being in the dock ward so many times.
You guys want to make a beeline for it? We've got about 15 more minutes.
Yeah, we might as well just run out there and see what we can find to see if there's going to be any resistance to getting the stone.
All right. So when you guys are heading over that way, kind of a quiet day, or probably afternoon, evening time now, over there, or in the dock ward after you left there, and you guys do see the tower sticking up, so you guys know where you're headed. And I'm going to share an image with you of the tower. And I actually wish that I'd made this artwork myself because it's so good. But I mean, as you can see, that's a fantastic tower.
That really
Gotcha,
does look like a
gotcha.
kid's drawing. Is that one
I
of the
had
ones from the book or whatever?
That one was just too good. Okay. And when you guys walk up to the tower, you see it's kind of old and stuff, just like the rest of everything is in here. The doors that you see so far don't seem to have any locks or anything on them. But you do see that the tower, even though it's old, it looks like when you look inside the windows and stuff, that it looks like it's pretty well lit up inside there.
So it's occupied? Seems like somebody, lives here or works here or something?
You would assume so. I mean, again, it's well lit up in there. So, so far you haven't seen anybody walk in front of a window or anything. But as you guys are approaching it, it does seem like it's pretty well lit in there. So.
Okay. Well, if we haven't seen anybody come or go, we don't know, who runs or who lives here, works here, or anything else. So we don't know what affiliations they might have. So for getting a convincing means of getting in there, it's going to be tough. Is the outside scalable?
Oh, I still have climbing potions.
Yeah.
I've got
there's-
3 left.
If the outside's scalable, if there are handholds enough on the outside of it, then maybe Akasha can climb up to a top window and sneak in and grab it.
Okay, guys.
Are there windows near the top?
Yeah, there are some windows and stuff. Actually, let me pull the map back up. I'll let you guys know, because you could look at it and see possibly how many. But it's pretty old, and it's kind of falling apart and stuff like that too. So, I mean, if anything, it might be some places where stones are missing and everything. You can get a foothold or whatever. So. And again, you guys don't even know if there actually is anybody on the inside. It's just lit up. So.
Well, what do you guys think? I mean, we can walk through the front door and just go in and deal with whatever resistance there may be. Presumably if Fenris left it here, they're probably underhanded, probably criminals of some sort anyway. So we can just, force our way through as needed to make our way up to the top of the tower. Because the risk is that if Akasha climbs up to the top and there's, some resistance up there, then she's by herself, doesn't even have a ghost with her.
Okay, it looks like it's when you look up, it looks like it's like 3 stories. Yeah, I believe it's 3 stories, so it's not super tall. So if you wanted to, you could scale it, but either way, you could check and see if there's anything on the inside either. So now, you guys do know from, again, being in the dock board and everything, that most people around here don't really come to the tower very often because it's old and run down and people think that it's haunted because they're dumb. So, I mean, again, there still might be people here that are not that stupid, but most people do seem to avoid the tower because of fear of ghosts. So.
Akasha, you want to maybe climb to the every window, I guess, or at least windows that are on maybe the seaside here, so that you're not as many eyes on you, not street side. Maybe check each window, see if there's anybody inside or anything that looks like it'd be resistance.
Sure. Give it a shot.
Get a scout at least, and then we can kind of decide if we should just go through the front or not.
Okay, so you're going to go around and you're going to climb up a bit, babe? Is that what it was? We're looking...
Yeah, I'm going to take one of the potions of climbing just to... I think it gives me advantage. Yeah, it gives me advantage, so...
Okay, then that would be just probably an athletics, right, Holmes? With advantage because of the potion?
Yep.
Okay, give me an athletics, loves. And again, it's pretty old, so it's probably not going to be too hard to climb, especially with that potion. So, probably lots of footholds from missing bricks and everything. Oh yeah, with the modifier you got a 20. So you had no problem there climbing up. So, all right. So what are you doing? Going up 2nd floor, 3rd floor? What are you doing? And looking in a window? I'm guessing just to see.
Well, I'm going all the way up. But are there windows all the way up, or is there just windows at the top?
The image shows windows at the top at least, but it might be on the other side or something too.
Yeah, there's definitely windows on the 3rd floor. And so I'd assume there'd be windows on the second floor too. So yes, there's windows there. They're not actually glass there, though. Like most of the glass and stuff is broken out. So, but windows, yes.
Okay,
First,
well
second,
then
and third floor.
I would climb up and just kind of peek into the second floor, and then just to see what's in there, and then just keep going up to the third.
Okay. When you look through the second floor window, can you give me a investigation check, please?
Please don't be the King Slayer.
Yeah. I'm gonna push you off. When you look around, you don't see anything moving, at least. So, I mean, I guess what you would expect to see, just old rundown shit in there, but you don't see anything moving in there, though. Well, rats, but you don't see humans.
Okay,
You know,
just
it's-
keep going up to the third.
Okay. And go ahead and give me another investigation on the third. Same thing, looking through.
Well, first I'm gonna sit so they can't see out the window and just kind of listen and see if I hear anything before I stick my face through.
Okay, then perception, please. It's a good roll, too. You don't hear anything except for the skitters of some rats.
All right,
Kind of
then
settling sounds of the building. No movement, though, except for,
I'll take
again,
a look
rats.
inside.
Okay, and we'll just use that same perception, too. You don't see anything when you look inside, again, except for rats and whatever you'd expect to see in this old rundown tower.
Do I see a bookshelf?
Esther, shut up.
Let's see, where would that be at? Yes, actually, you do see a shelf, kind of like across from where you are, adjacent.
Okay, what does the floor look like? Does it look like the boards are rotted and it's gonna be noisy, or?
The floor is made of stone, and some of it's crumbling and stuff, but it doesn't seem like, from what you can see, none of it looks like it's going to fall through or anything. So, seems like you can still walk on it. There's plenty of cracks and stuff, but not anything too serious. Made of stone.
Alright, I'm going to stealthily make my way over to the bookshelf.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, so you start heading over to the bookshelf, and actually, sorry, station there. As you were making your way over to the bookshelf, you see a couple of books like fall off the shelf, like they'd been thrown off, kinda, in two different spots, I guess you can say, like on the lower part and then on the upper part, and then books on the next shelf above that get knocked off too, and then you see something move off of the top of the shelf, and it drops. So like it's on top of the shelf, and then it falls down a little bit, and then you see it swinging back and forth a little bit, and see the stone, or see a stone kind of moving on its own, which is, it's not really moving on its own, but heading out towards a window at a fast pace.
Right, well, I'm gonna shoot it. Whatever it is, I'm shooting it.
Alright, well, just for fun, we will call it there, because we got to stop at 3, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll just say that you pull your bow out and go to get ready to take a shot, babe, and again, you see the stone looking like it's moving on its own, heading out one of the windows, not the same one that you came in, but moving towards a window. So,
Alright.
cool, guys.